Hello everyone, Tom of the Tank here on this bright Sunday afternoon. Firstly, I'd like to show you my dock shunter. It's a long time ago now, but somebody asked me, did it work? Because it's always parked in the siding here. And yes, it does work. I'll show you now. You'll probably notice how it's very smooth and quiet. I bought this years ago. One of the first locos I bought in a job lot. It ran, but it was noisy. The wheel flanges were too deep for the track, and then eventually the motor burnt out. It was so old anyway, so it remained unused for a long time, and then I did a bit of measuring and ordered a Hornby Pendolino motor and bogie assembly, and I modified the chassis to take the Pendolino motor. So that's what it's running on now. It's a very good runner, nice and smooth and quiet, and it pulls quite well. The best thing is, it'll go over my points quite well. There we go. So this Hornby shunter wasn't actually based on any particular shunter. It was designed purely by Hornby, from what I gather, just from someone's imagination, and they did quite a good job. I think it looks nice. So I glazed this one, put a driver in which you can't see. I did actually get the light working as well, so it's just coming around. There we go, nice and slowly. So you see how slowly this will run, very smoothly, very quietly. Okay, so that's my Hornby dock shunter. My next modified shunter is, this was a Bachmann 08 from what I gather. This had the split chassis and motor, and it also had what I call now the split axles, because the axles failed on them. I tried to order new ones. I bought actually one for spare parts, but that was worse. So this was in a box and used for years, and then I found an old Hornby 040 chassis, so I've modified the Hornby chassis to fit inside the Bachmann body, but I've managed to retain the Bachmann motor, and I've added an extra gear. It's actually pulling a Coca-Cola wagon. It's the remnants from a party that was held in Downing Street. They're taking the empties back. So anyway, this shunter has an extra gear, so I've geared it down so the motor is actually turning approximately twice the number of revolutions that it would normally turn. So it makes it a great puller. You can hear it is a little bit noisy, but it gets quieter when it's warmed up. I've heard quite a few people complain about these, and luckily I didn't pay too much for it when I bought it. It ran fine for a couple of days, and then it stopped, and when I looked, the axle had broken, or two axles had broken. I tried to repair them, but without any luck. So we just bring it into the station. You see this police car? In some places, parts of the country, they can't afford to buy new police cars, so they've made cardboard ones. And this guy was driving along and he looked in his mirror and he saw this cardboard police car following him. And the cardboard police car pulled up alongside him and gestured him to pull over. So he pulled over. And this cardboard policeman got out the car. And he came over to the motorist and he said, "You were speeding." He said, "I am not speeding," he said. "This is a motorway. I'm allowed to do 70 miles an hour." He said, "Oh, do you know," he said, "I think you might be right." And the cardboard policeman said, "Do you know," he said, "I'm not cut out for this job." I like that one. Anyway, so my last modification, well, not a modification, more of a repaint, is my Chinese G7 stripe, which I put on a couple of weeks ago, but I've now made 3 almost matching coaches to go with it. So I don't think it looks too bad. I finally got my mini masking tape, so that allowed me to do the painting. Yeah. You see this farmer? And he's got a couple of tractors. There's one there. And what happened? This farmer's son asked his father for a tractor for Christmas. So his father bought him a Massey Ferguson. And then he said to his son the next Christmas, "What would you like?" And he said, "Another tractor." So he bought him a John Deere. And then the next Christmas he said, "What would you like?" And he said, "A tractor." So he bought him a Fordson. By the time he was 21, he had a barn full of tractors. And then when he was 25, he got married. And the first night together, his wife was cooking dinner. She came running into the living room. She said, "Quick, quick, quick, the kitchen's on fire and it's full of smoke." So he said, "Out of the way." So he opened the kitchen door, took a deep breath, sucked in all the smoke, went to the back kitchen door, opened it and blew all the smoke out and cleared the room. She said, "That's incredible." She said, "How did you manage to do that?" He said, "I'm an ex-tractor fan." Okay, now we have a special guest coming around. As many of you may have heard on television, a certain Prime Minister was having parties that he didn't know about. And anyway, he'll be coming around in a minute. This millionaire said to his son, "What would you like for Christmas?" He said, "I'd like a train set." So he bought him British Rail. The next year, he said, "What would you like for Christmas this year?" He said, "I'd like a cowboy outfit." So he bought him the Conservative government. Anyway, so here we come. This is Boris's only friend. He's come all the way over from the dark side. He's brought him some cake because he hears that Boris likes cake parties. And here he comes. This is for Darren at Bleak Hall. It's a class 70, or as I call him, Daft. So there he is, taking cakes to 10 Downing Street to have a party with his friend the Prime Minister. Okay, so thank you for watching. Bye now.